Arwa Scredit. What secret will you keep until you die? Alright, screw it. I'll never tell anyone this in real life, but I need to get it off my chest. This happened about 2 years ago. I was 22, broke, and working the night shift at this shitty gas station in the middle of nowhere. It was one of those places where you might see 2 or 3 cars all night. Most of the time, I just sat there scrolling through my phone, trying not to fall asleep. One night, this beat-up van pulls in around 2 a.m. The guy driving looked rough like meth head rough, skinny as hell, hollow cheeks, dirty clothes. He comes in, grabs a few random snacks, and then asks if he can use the bathroom. I tell him it's out of order because, honestly, I didn't want him back there. He stares at me for a second, then nods and leaves. I figure that's the end of it. But about 10 minutes later, I hear this weird banging noise coming from the back of the building. I go out to check, and there he is, trying to break into the bathroom window with a crowbar. I yell at him to get the fuck out of here, and he just jumps into his van and speeds off. I think, well, that's weird as hell, but I go back inside and try to shake it off. Fast forward a couple of hours, my shift ends, and I head home. The next morning, I'm scrolling through the news, and I see a headline, body found in gas station dumpster. My stomach drops. The gas station in the article, mine. I didn't notice anything when I left, but apparently, someone found a body stuffed in the dumpster just a few hours later. A woman, early 20s. The article didn't give many details, but they said it looked like she'd been there all night. Now here's the part that fucks me up. A few days later, the cops come by to ask me questions since I was working that night. I tell them about the guy in the van, thinking, this is it. They'll catch him, and this nightmare will be over. But when they ask for a description, I freeze. Because I remember his face, sure, but I also remember something else. When he was in the store, I noticed he had blood on his hands. I didn't think much of it at the time. People get cuts or whatever, but now, I can't stop wondering if he'd already killed her by the time he came in. And here's the kicker. I didn't tell the cops about the blood. I don't know why. I panicked, I guess. Maybe I was scared they'd think I was involved somehow. Maybe I just didn't want to deal with it. They never caught the guy. The case went cold. To this day, I think about that woman. I think about her family, about how they'll never get answers. And I think about that van pulling into the lot, about the blood on his hands, and how I didn't say a damn thing when it mattered. I'm not proud of it, but that's my secret. I'll take it to the grave.